road on this side, just on the other side a big high road actually, called the Royal High Road, because it connected to very important cities, Worms and Würzburg, and this is where the kings always had to go back and forth. Yeah. So the sides of the ladders are called Straßen, streets. Yeah, they run parallel to the river. And the steps are called Gassen, alleys. So whenever you're on a Straße, you know, you're walking parallel to the river, and then whenever you're on a Gasse, you're in between the streets. It's kind of hard to get lost in Heidelberg once you know that. And Hauptstraße, as I said, you know, is 2.5 kilometers long, and 1.8, more than a mile, is pedestrian area, starts over there. Right? So, this square here, this is where a monastery used to be. So there were 4 monasteries belonging to the university in uptown. Yeah, because university used to be a church thing. Yeah, so the monasteries all belong to the university, which was founded in 1386. It's the oldest one in Germany. And traditionally we don't have a campus, they're all over town. So right here you have the Academy of Science, for example, and this is the Institute of German Language and Literature. They specialize on medieval literature, which they have this very inspiring view from their library. You know, they see the castle, which is nice. Yeah. So, but other institutes are somewhere else, and you just, you know, when you come here first time, you just have to find your way around. So where do I have to go? And then it's fine. In the 1950s, things got too crowded, and the life sciences were moved out of town. First physics and chemistry, later medicine. So you have this whole campus actually that was established as a campus outside of town, and medicine is extremely important for Heidelberg. And all the 8 Nobel Prizes have gone to the life sciences, and most of them to medicine. This is where the vitamins were discovered. The first mechanical hand was built, and the plastination process, which later led Gunther von Hagen to do the body growths, you know. Of course he started out, and this is still what he's earning his money with, is to plastinate organs and body parts as objects of study for medical students. So this is why he had this idea, yeah. And well, the wife of this professor who discovered vitamins, she went to the market one day, you know, and she of course knew only in the freshest fruit and vegetables you get most vitamins, right? So she was a bit late though, and she looked at what was left and asked the woman at the market stall, "Oh dear, do you think there are any vitamins left in those?" You're pointing at a few lettuces. And the woman looked at her and said, "Yes, milady, but you can just wash them off now, can't you?" What's she talking about? I don't know. But be friendly, you know, be polite. Right. So in the Second World War, Heidelberg Old Town and Castle were not bombarded, probably thanks to an American general who had folk coming from here. They had planned to have their headquarters, European Division, here in Heidelberg. This is actually what they did in 1946. Yeah, so for decades there were 10, 20, 25,000 American soldiers and their family living around Heidelberg, I should say. Patrick Henry Village, Mark Twain Village, Patton Barracks, yeah, and the General Medical Hospital of the Army here in Heidelberg as well. Yeah, but that's been closed down. So only the remains of the army are still here. NATO headquarters are gone already, and quite some of that ground and buildings were given to the university already, because they are ever growing and need lots of space. It's the biggest employer for Heidelberg University.
Was there nothing strategic here during the war?
I think they just liked it here actually.
No, they didn't bomb. They didn't bomb.
So there was this, as I said, silent agreement, you know, to spare the old town and castle. The British did not heed it, so they meant to bombard anyway, but the clouds closed over the valley just in time. They had 17 seconds, and the chance was gone, and they had to fly on. So it was a bit of luck there as well, you know. Afterwards, the Americans would have been angry, I guess, but what could you have done? Nothing. Mannheim, not very far from here, is a very industrial town traditionally, and that was totally razed. Yeah, so Mercedes-Benz had its headquarters there, John Deere too, and many more. Right, let's move on.